guys. How are you all doing today? I am here to give you all an update on my ultrasound for 2020. As you all know, I told you that whenever I have my ultrasounds and have my doctor's visits and things like that, that I would let you all know what's happening, what's going on, just to share my experience with you guys, because I know that there are so many other women who are going through, what all of our CP moms are going through. There are a lot of women who have unanswered questions. There are a lot of us who don't know what to look for. There are a lot of us who have had experiences with our ultrasounds where we may not have gotten all of our images back, or we all share different experiences. I don't know about everybody's experience, so that's why I'm always open to share my experience, because I know that it could possibly help someone who may be having an ultrasound or trying to see what's going on with their situation for the first time, and it just may not know what to expect. So I'm always open to share my situation. I'm really, y'all, to be honest, just trying to decompress right now. I just literally had the ultrasound done. And of course I always forget the one where, where they actually do it on top of your stomach and then you get the transvaginal. I forgot, but anyway, I always get both. But before I go any further, how are you guys doing? I'm so sorry, I just kind of jumped right into it. But how are you all doing? I hope everybody is doing fine. I'm doing okay. I refuse to complain. I could, but that's just not, who I am, And I just want to say hello to everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone who subscribed. Thank you for all of my new CP moms who have reached out to me, and hopefully I was able to help you and answer any questions you may have had. And thank you all for your advice. Thank you all for sharing your story. Thank you all for being brave. Thank you all for your prayers. Just thank you guys for everything. Thank you all for being a great community of women who are standing to fight together, to bring awareness to our cause, because nobody knows what this is like unless they're going through it. And you could tell people over and over again what's going on in your body, what's happening with you, what you are experiencing, and if it is far-fetched to them, if it transcends the comprehension of their mind, then people are just not going to be empathetic. And I'm not saying that's what we're looking for, but not even that, but just they're not going to understand what it is we go through. So I don't have an expectation from people to a certain extent. I just know what I'm fighting for, and so that I can protect myself and my baby. So listen to your body, like I always tell you guys. Forget the naysayers, forget the people who want to call us crazy and fat and what other names. I'm just trying to think of the names that I've been called. You get cursed at, and just a whole lot of stuff, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you something. I am good. I'm good. I really, really am. I just know that with God on my side, and with my faith and my support system that I do have, I just keep pushing, and that's all you can do, because these babies are not going to come until they are ready to come. And God has a plan for everybody, and so certainly He has one for us, and certainly He has one for our babies. So I know it's a long process. We've been pregnant a long time, and your family members even probably begin to question or get discouraged, because it's like, why is it so long? Why is it taking so long? Well, obviously, if we knew the answers, we would tell you. We don't know the answers either. So my little rant is over concerning that, but let me get down to it, y'all. So I went back to my primary doctor at the beginning of the year. That's what I normally do. And this is probably going to be 2 videos because I have to catch y'all up on some things. So I usually go to my primary doctor at the beginning of the year because that's when I get my physical done. But I went back to her because I hadn't seen her in I think maybe almost a year. When I first started telling her about my situation with my pregnancy, I'd seen her a couple of times. My husband and I went together to see her, but but then the last time we went, I think it's been quite some time, maybe a year or less. But anyway, I went back to see her, and of course we had a long conversation, long conversation. And this is the doctor that I was telling you guys back in my earlier videos that um, definitely believed that I was, pregnant, and that when she examined me, she felt kicks and she was measuring my stomach, and but her hands were tied in terms of because she's not a OBGYN doctor, she's a family doctor. So of course she would have me have my ultrasounds done so that I could keep up with what could possibly be going on and then see an OB. So, I'm trying to see. I went to see her, and I showed her some of the pictures from my sonograms and stuff like that, and she was just like speechless. She was just like, she was just listening to me, and she was like, that looks like a baby. She was like, that is a baby. That's what she kept saying. That is a baby. She was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you in for another ultrasound, and I'm going to refer you to someone. So she had mentioned this doctor to me before that she was going to refer me to, and I can't remember all of the reasons why I never went. It might have been because I had some other doctors in mind that I wanted to try first, and I was just kind of all over the place and wasn't really sure how I wanted to handle. I don't know. But anyway, she brought his name up again. And so I asked her, I said, well, why do you think that this doctor would be any different than any other OB that I've gone to? And she was like, because he's an older doctor. She said, I think he's a little bit more open minded, and his experience, he's been doing this a long time, but and because of his experience. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. She said, well, what I want you to do is go ahead and get the ultrasound, and then after you get it, come back to me. We'll look at it, and we'll talk further. Now here's the kicker: every doctor that I've gone to, and I've offered them the CD so that they can see my images once the ultrasound is done. And every doctor has told me, every OB that I've gone to, I can't look at the images, I can't see it. Everybody has the same equipment in the doctor's office. It's 2020. If I bring a CD in from an imaging center and I give it to the doctor, they can pop it in their computer and look at it just like I can if I use my computer or laptop from home. Well, they don't want to do that, so they lie and say that's something that they can't do. They don't want to touch it. So if they see something, because what they see, they're responsible for. So they say they can't see it. So my primary doctor was like, go ahead and get the ultrasound done, and then we'll look at the images and go from there. Now, I don't know if looking at the images means that I'm going to show her the images when if I use my phone to take pictures of it, or if I'm going to give her the CD. I don't know, but I know my last visit with her, I have all of my images on a lot of my images on my phone. So I just showed her the images from my phone like I did the last doctor that I was seeing. And so anyway, so now that so where we are now is that I had my appointment, had my ultrasound, and I did wait for the CD. Now, I always ask the person at the front desk, or either the person that actually did my ultrasound, am I gonna have all of the images on my CD from the top of my stomach and vaginally? Like I want all of them, because you know depending on how the doctor writes up the order, or how they're trained or whatever their code is. You know, from experience, a lot of my moms I've taught, CP moms I've talked to, they will leave out images or they won't show certain images. They will not. Now, I had my ultrasound done, right? And unfortunately, these people, I had to find out the name of the people who do the ultrasound. I don't know what they're called, their title is, or whatever like that. But I don't want to be disrespectful and minimize anybody's um um career or whatever. And I know everybody is not bad and everybody isn't the same, but the people that do the ultrasounds, I can't think of their what you call them. If y'all know, put it in the comments because I forget what their title is. But a lot of them, in my experiences, have not been very friendly. They don't have good, just like a doctor, they don't have good side manners. They just want to get you in and out. They just don't seem to be interested in what they're doing. It's like you're just another person, and they don't know what people's level of sensitivity is or what they could be going through when they're getting these exams done, you know. And so the person that I had, she was okay. I mean, she wasn't extremely like nonchalant, but she asked a few questions before I went in. I mean, before she did the exam, and I answered the questions. I'm not going to tell you what she asked you, and I'm not going to tell you what I said to her because the CP moms, you know, you don't want to. I don't disclose everything, but I kind of gave her a little. How can I explain it? I answered the questions the best way I felt I needed to answer the question. Not in a way that I was doing anything wrong, but to prevent her from being judgmental or having coming to her own conclusion as to what is going on with me. Because that's, you know, y'all know if we talk too much or if we say, you know, if we're completely honest about, when I say completely honest, let me backtrack. Not completely honest, but if we're completely open about what we go through, you know, we automatically are looked at as psychopaths, you know. So y'all, you know, the ones that go through it know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's just like, okay, how do I answer this? What do I say to this question she just asked me? You really have to be careful and think through how you answer questions because based on how you answer the question will be sort of kind of how you treat it. Is what it is. Especially, it depends on how your order has been written up and what they see. So anyway, she did the exam, right? But then when she got to the transvaginal, y'all know how they have to insert the prong or whatever you call that thing they insert inside of you so they can see inside of your womb. And you know, now they make you try to do it yourself, to insert it yourself, because people have been complaining about um it being uncomfortable and having men do the ultrasound. They just weren't comfortable. So now they say, I need you to insert you know, vaginally. And I try, but I can't reach up like that. I'm like, I need you to assist me because, you know, I just can't always do it. Depending on how the babies are positioned. So, you know, we got past that. We got everything taken care of. But I noticed when she was doing the transvaginal, it just didn't seem like she was inserting it all the way in like she was supposed to. And like I said, it doesn't seem like it's inserted all the way in like it usually is. She was like, "Oh no, it's okay." She was like, "I can see what I need to see." I'm like, "Okay, well, okay," you know. And I'm not trying to be graphic or anything, but I'm saying this to my CP moms because you all know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like when we have to get these tests done. And if you have children or whatever like that that usually watch my videos, then maybe this is one of the ones you don't want them to watch. And I'm not trying to be, like I said, graphic, but I have to speak candidly because these are real issues and this is real, you know, these are real situations that happen when we have our exams. So if you're a man watching, you know, and this is too much for you, then, you know, cut the video off. I don't know what else to say, but So anyway, I asked her, I was like, is it in far enough? Because it just feels like it's not inserted. And the reason why I asked is because I know the farther it is, when it's inserted correctly, you get a clearer, you get, I'm sorry, y'all, you get a clearer picture. So I just wanted to make sure that, she was getting a clear image, when she was doing the exam. So, of course, she was like, "Oh no, it's fine," or whatever. Okay. So, exam is completed, and when she when she did the one on top of my stomach, she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna need you to get undressed from the waist down, and put this over you, and then when I come back, we'll do the transvaginal." So I was like, "Okay." So when she left out, she still had the screen up from when she did the exam on top of my stomach. So of course I snapped a picture of it, and then she came back in. We did the transvaginal. She left back out again. Told me I can get dressed, and she left the screen up again from the transvaginal. I took another picture. I took a couple of pictures actually, and the interesting thing is, and I've never seen this before, on one of the pictures that I took from her computer, it had pictures X'd out. It had a big X sign on like 7 images. So of course, I when I was in the waiting room waiting for my CD to be completed, I looked at the images on my phone, and I'm like, why are these pictures X'd out, y'all? The pictures that are X'd out, you can see my twins. You can see their face so well. I won't say clearly, but you can see their faces, and you can see one of the twins' hands all the way at the bottom, like because she did it all the way at the bottom of my abdomen, all right above your vaginal area. That's where she was. You know how when you're trying to hear the baby's heartbeat, and you have to do it right on your pubic line of your stomach, up under your stomach. Well, that's where she was, and you could see the baby's hand right there. I still don't know why. I mean, I could conclude and I could speculate as to why these photos were X'd out, because these seem to be one of the ones that show the image of the faces, not necessarily more clearly, but you can identify them better than the other photos that I saw. I mean, images that I saw. So I don't know what's on this CD. I won't know till I get home and pop it in and take a look at it. I don't know. But it will be very interesting to see what these images look like, because of course they don't look clear. But I do need to ask you all a question. They always tell you to make sure your bladder is full before you come get before you come to have an ultrasound done. They want to make sure your bladder's full, and then they tell you to empty your bladder. Well, for me, I can't drink a whole lot of water and try to get to my appointment, because I have an overactive bladder and I might have an accident. So I have to kind of drink my water on the way to the appointment. But my question is, if your bladder is not full and they take images of your babies via transvaginal, would the pictures come out blurry, or does that make a difference in how sharp the pictures look? If you know the answer to that, comment below and let me know. Because for some reason they really want your bladder to be full when they do your ultrasound. But what does that do? What is the reason for that? I just don't know. And I'm just wondering, does it give you a better view or picture of the baby if your bladder's full? Because my bladder, I used the bathroom, but my bladder wasn't completely full, because I couldn't drink but so much water before I came to my appointment. So I don't know. So if I get this, when I get home and look at the CD, and I'm able to see, if I'm able to see the babies clear on some of the images, I'm gonna make sure I put it in this video. For the ones that always come up on my page and say, "Let me see your baby. Why don't you ever show pictures of your ultrasound?" 1, because I don't have to. 2, if I choose to allow you to see it, that's my choice. And 3, I have done it many times on my previous videos that I did months ago. But when you don't if you're not a subscriber that really watches the videos all the way through, then you're not going to see them. So for those who keep asking me, where's the baby? Let me see the baby. This, that, and the other. Go look at the videos, and you'll see you'll get what you're asking for. But I will, if I'm able to get a good picture from the images from this sonogram, I will put the clip in my video and try to keep it up long enough so that you can see it. And I'm not trying to prove a point by doing it. I'm doing it to encourage my CP moms. That's my first priority. And for those who may think that they are pregnant but they're not sure, and the doctors are telling them there is no baby. There is no baby. And when you get your ultrasound, you will see, and you have to look closely at your ultrasounds, and you will see that the baby is there, but the babies are not in the same place, I guess, as a normal pregnancy, because they grow in between your organs. But that's a whole nother story. A whole nother story. So I'm so glad this ultrasound is over, because it's uncomfortable. You get crampy. It's painful. For me, I always kind of spot and bleed a little bit because of the way the babies are positioned. And my uterus is, I don't know what it is, but I always spot or bleed, not heavy, but just, I can get really crampy. So it's not fun getting these, but I get them because I want to keep up with the progress of my babies and just see how big they're getting. So I plan on getting another ultrasound probably in another maybe 4 to 6 months. I don't get them close together because I've heard, but I don't know how true it is or why. But I've heard people say, I'm sorry, y'all, my nose, got some on my nose. I've heard people say that it's not good to continue to get them, like, continuously get ultrasounds all the time. I don't know. It's just here. So y'all know me. First of all, anybody, if this is your first time watching my video, I keep things 100. I don't sugarcoat stuff. I'm not trying to be professional or anything like this. I'm bringing it to you raw, and I'm bringing it to you real. Good, bad, and ugly. Y'all know I have days where my face is beat, hair is done, and times where you see me and I look like this. I be having crust in my eyes and eye boogers and stuff in my nose. Look, I'm human. Everybody goes through that. So what you see with me is what you get. And I think people appreciate that. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to make up nothing. I'm not going to fabricate the truth. And this is who I am. This is me. And this is what I want to encourage my CP moms to know. Be yourself. Don't try to hide your pregnancy. Don't be ashamed. Don't try to make people believe you. Don't be discouraged when people, say you're crazy. And I know it's easier said than done, y'all. Believe me, because everybody's level of sensitivity is not the same. Some people have thicker skin than others. I have thick skin. And when I know my truth, I don't worry about what nobody else say. And everybody else, other people may not have that. It may really crush people, when they're not believing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm unaffected and I'm just like all big and bad and this, that, and the third. I'm not saying that. Things do bother me and things do get up in my skin, but I choose to stand by my truth and my conviction over what other people say. That doesn't mean, and I pray. My relationship with God is what's holding me down. I pray and I ask God to keep me, and I ask God, and I feel my babies kick and move all the time. I rub my baby bump is growing. I get my belly rubs. I pray over my babies. I let my babies listen to praise and worship. I put them before the Lord. I ask God to cover them. So that trumps what anybody else says or thinks. And I would encourage you all to do the same. Now, we're getting close to 30 minutes, so y'all know I'm going to have to do a part 2. But here's the thing, guys, and I've been saying this for a while, and I don't know, because I'm not an expert, and I don't know how to, I don't know. But when I was looking at the images that I took off of the computer today, I saw something, and I can't explain it. And I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, or if this is the way that it looks because of the way that the probe is being moved. But y'all, I think I got Octomom beat. I ain't gonna lie. What I saw was the most craziest thing ever. Like, I saw my twins, like they're big, they're getting big. And I saw like three of my baby like full face and all of that. But then I looked to the left of one image, y'all, and I saw like this whole cluster of like baby faces. I don't know what that is, y'all. That could just be from moving the probe, and it's just like a 3D type of effect when the probe is being moved around. I don't know. And I'm not saying that that's what's like, it's like 99 babies. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what it looks like. Y'all, this is the scariest thing ever I've ever experienced. Like, I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it, because I'm like, how? Like, the only thing I could attribute that to is, I don't know if I shared this story at the beginning of my videos, like I did like months and months ago, like the beginning of last year. But like I said, my husband and I, we tried fertility years ago, maybe back in 2014, and it didn't work out for us. So we started trying on our own. Well, we always tried on our own, but we left it alone, and we were just like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We just trust in God. We accept God's will for our situation, in terms of having kids, because we just didn't. That's a lot when you're going through IVF and you're going through fertility, and you keep. It's a lot. I don't know if anybody's ever been through that before, but we had to step back from it because, it's a lot of back and forth to doctors, and the things that you have to do as a woman. You have to get, shots in your stomach. It's a lot. So when we had the test done, and the doctor couldn't even move for me. The doctor couldn't even move farther with the final step for my IVF, which is inserting, the whatever we needed to get pregnant inside of me, because my tube was blocked. So my experience was really complicated. But I did take the hormone shots in my stomach and stuff like that. So I don't know if this pregnancy is a result of my IVF from back in years ago. I don't know if it's from me being in premenopausal and got pregnant. I don't know if it's from me having PCOS. I don't know if it's from me being an obese woman, because these are some of the things that causes, from what I understand, a woman to have a cryptic pregnancy. It could be because some women had birth control, and they had that thing. You know how you get that birth control that you put in your arm? That can cause a cryptic pregnancy too. The hormones from that. You can be underweight and have a cryptic pregnancy. I'm not an expert. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So don't take what I say with a grain of salt, because I don't know. This is just research that I've done, and talking to other moms who have the same experience, and from talking to other women who I thoroughly trust, who have had experience and who have done research and on all of this. So this is just from us doing our research, because y'all got to remember, we don't have answers from professionals like most moms do, because of our rarity, the rarity of this pregnancy. So we're on our own to find out information about what the cause is. What do we don't even know what to expect when we go into labor. Are we going to even go into labor? Does our water break? Probably not. I don't know. But I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, I'm not hiding anything. This is my journey. This is my experience, because other people are going to watch this video, and they may have the same questions. They may say, "Hey, I did fertility like 4 or 5 years ago, or 6 years ago. Could this be a result of that?" I don't know. I'm just putting it out there because I'm not hiding anything. I'm just letting y'all know what my experience is. So I can't speak for nobody else. But what I saw, y'all, it just freaked me out. I'm like, what in the world? It was like a whole cluster of like baby faces. I don't know, y'all. And typically I would keep that to myself because it's so, like, you gotta see it to believe it. Like, I don't know what that is. I ain't saying that that's like all babies, or it could just be, like I said, a 3D. I don't know. But I was just looking at it like, what in God's name? So, y'all know I'm gonna share it with you. I'm gonna share it with you because I'm not gonna keep it from you. I'm not gonna keep this experience from you. Whatever I go through, within reason, that is specifically about CP that I've experienced in my body, and with this ultrasound, I'm gonna share it with you. So, but I'm gonna end this video, y'all, and come right back. It's been a little over 30 minutes, but I will do a part 2 and just give you all the last part of how things went today.